Okay, so we're going to install Python and Jupyter notebooks so that we can do some mathematics with Python and the SymPy package, just as a bit of a demonstration. So, first thing we want to do is, we want to open up a browser, all right? And within the browser, we want to probably just bring up two things. So first thing is python.org. We're not really going to do anything at python.org. I just want to show you that if you wanted to download Python just by itself, you can. You can do that here. But what we're going to do is actually, there's a thing called Anaconda. And if you Google that, actually, yeah, I think there's a camping store in Australia called Anaconda. So if we type in Anaconda Python, Python the programming language, right? Not the Anaconda Python as in like some kind of snake, but first link here, Anaconda Python or R distribution. Pardon my phone. We have here the Anaconda website itself. So the idea behind this is that a lot of things are built with dependencies on one another. So, you know, using some plotting might require some numerical and numerical packages, that kind of thing. Everything is built and interlaced with one another. But the thing is, people are constantly changing it. So Anaconda, what they do is that their whole role is, as an organization, it's all free, but their role is to package it up such that you can use Python and all of its useful libraries in such a way that it won't break on you. And by that if you haven't programmed before, that might not make much sense, but if there are dependencies on other things and all of a sudden something changes and you try to use it, it will cause a lot of issues. If you've ever had to go nitty-gritty on an installation of a software package, it can get quite annoying. So the idea here is to bundle it all up and get it all together, and you can see there's quite a few things here, and we'll actually be using this Jupyter notebooks here. So just toggle over to whatever operating system you're on. I'm on Windows, so if we download that, you'll see it's actually about 614 megabytes. All right, that's quite big, so I would recommend you do it at somewhere with a high bandwidth. For example, the university has quite high bandwidth, so doing it on the Wi-Fi that's probably a good idea. But if you have the national broadband network at home, NBN, that also could be quite okay. I've already downloaded it, so let me just show you. Exit. Yep. So if I go to my downloads, we'll see here that I have it here. Okay, so it says welcome to setup, no problem, pretty standard stuff. Hope you agree. So you got to accept the terms. Just install it for yourself. It'll by default say Anaconda 3 as the setup directory. That should be fine. You'll notice that it requires about 3 gigs, as it says here. Now, I've already installed it, so if you click next, it'll pretty much just install. And I'm just going to assume that you have no issues with that. So if I now then, well, I have to quit this setup, but after it's installed, it should take about 20 minutes at the most. You know, what you want to do is you want to hit the Windows key, and we want to find this little All Apps button. It'll change depending on how you set up your computer. And if you look under the A category, you see here that I have Anaconda 3. It says New, and then we want to find the Anaconda Navigator. So we'll click on that. Should start something up. We'll get a little green logo. Yep, no worries. Okay. Now what we want to do is, see, we've got a few things installed here. VS Code is an editor that it would have asked you to do that in the install process. It's okay, just as a clarification. But we also have up here Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook. Now Jupyter Notebook is what I know how to use. Jupyter Lab is a newer version, but we're going to go with the Notebook as what we're trying to do is actually quite simple relative to what some of this stuff can do. So let's open that up. I have a folder here ready to go, and I have I'll just get a new file. And so when I'm in this area here, what it's essentially done is it's made a little server, and we're localhost. When you click that Jupyter Notebook button, it will actually launch a little server in the background, and then it will access that with the browser. So what we're actually doing is running something and then accessing it through the browser itself. Now what we want to do is, well, let me just explain this. It's essentially running the server through your file directory path. You can see that I have all my folders here, lots of stuff going on. We'll just go to MM1, and I'm going to go new file, but I want to go a new notebook, and we'll go Python 3. Okay, so we're in Jupyter Notebooks now. Let me just zoom in for you. Fantastic. Okay, so if I just do that, then we also get a nice bit of extra room, and if I toggle the header, we get rid of that. Okay.